Alright, good morning, guys. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna cut the cam on in a minute. If you guys aren't in the Telegram, join the Telegram. I just posted that we're live. Links in the video description, and we're gonna be posting our trades in there live too. Gonna track these candles a little bit. I will be right back. Hey, good morning, brother. Good morning. I'm gonna turn the cam on in a second here. I just gotta get kind of set up. So something kind of not so good happened. I woke up just like late, and I was like, "What is going on? Where's my phone at?" And it was dead. So my phone had died somehow. Let me turn the cam on. All right, I just got everything set up. Good morning. Yeah, so I don't know what happened. I just woke up and my phone was dead, so my alarm wasn't going off. Luckily, I woke up on time still, but it was still a little late. That's why we're getting on the stream late. Good morning, Gamer Cat. I don't know if you missed it, but my phone died, I guess, and my alarm didn't go off. So I'm like just getting up, but it kind of worked out with where we're at in a timing way. But if we look at the daily chart, guys, we've got this is the low I was talking about getting swept yesterday. We were like, when we were trading yesterday, we were sweeping like this area, but I had like said I thought it had to go a little bit lower. The reason being, if we zoom out some and look at the overall range, this would be a good liquidity grab right in here. Price pushed up, pulled back. This was the deepest pullback, and so that's why I thought if we are going to go higher, this would be the best area for price to rebound from, because probably, in my opinion, the most money would be sitting right under here. That being said, we see price coming up some now. After sweeping under there, price did end up falling a little bit lower yesterday. So yeah, Gamer Cat. I'm gonna have to go make some coffee here in a minute, but I had to get on the stream. I was like, I got to get it out there. I don't want people to think I'm not streaming already again. Same thing though. With this being said, this area is getting swept on the daily though. This previous day low got swept too, and now price is heading up. I think if we do go higher today, the bare minimum of where we could go if we're going higher would be like this area in here, like that 50%. It would also rebalance, all that area where price had broken previous day. So if we do continue higher, we'll see though. I'm not trading based on, the higher time frame here, but I do want to take it into consideration. I do want to take it into consideration. But we are going to just trade what the chart does for us because we're just trying to get a scalp, not a massive move or anything. I got the prop account set up too. But alright guys, so this is kind of where we're at. This is now going to also be the second flip right here. So if price starts to collapse below these 2 points, I'm just going to get in for a quick sell. I got 5 minutes, so I will be right back. I still kind of need to get up and going for the day. I'm going to get a coffee, brush my teeth really quick. But I'm going to be back in between just to make sure this candle isn't our entry candle. Alright, I'm back. Didn't get the coffee yet, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. If price starts closing below these, I'll probably get in. Not probably, I will get in for a sell. Just a quick 5 pips though, which could be that much of a move. We're on a 4 trade win streak, so we just need to keep hitting like this. What's today? Today Friday? Yeah. Today's Friday, so we're four for 4 this week. We'll see if we can't land 5 for 5. Is this another high? No, it's equal. This side's equal, so I'm just gonna bring that over. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go get that coffee started. Sorry guys about this. It's like I just said, my phone was dead, so my alarm didn't go off. Definitely need the coffee. All right, the coffee is brewing, which means we're in a much better place than we were a second ago. Let's turn the cam back on. All right. You guys are gonna watch a 100 trade win streak. You guys just stick around. We're on a 4 trade win streak right now. Today's gonna be 5. We're gonna go all the way to 100. Let me check the news. The news core PCE is slightly good for the US dollar, but it was forecasted at 0.3 and it came out. However, it got forecasted, so it's already like built into price. And then with the tariffs and stuff, that's why price has been dropping. Um, Chicago PMI is supposed to be good for Euro too. I mean, price could keep dropping. If it is going to make a pullback, though, it's going to make a pullback to 50% of this range for sure. Which, let me draw that on a little bit better. It's going to be like premium versus discount. It would be like in here. We'll keep that drawn on because if it does come up 50%, then it could start melting again. Or you could start melting again now, but if it comes up 50%, it definitely can start melting again. Dang. GamerCat, what were you in? Looks like price has fallen some. Were you swing trading euro? Oh, dollar franc. Alright, so let me go see if that coffee's done brewing. Since we got another 5 minutes, guys. But since these two lows formed here, this is a setup where if price clears both of them and closes below both of them, I'm gonna get in for a quick scalp for the sells. I'll be right back though. I'll just leave the camera on at this point. Yesterday news was very strong. Yeah, no, I believe it. Yeah, if Euro was going down like this, it probably pushed. Nah, I don't know what it. I guess because Euro went down because of something said though, not because of a folder. I don't think. We'll look at it when I get back. It is not ready yet. It is not ready yet. Being in sells on Euro right now is not the worst thing we could do though. So if it does close lower than these, I mean I'm cool with that. I'll get the coffee after this candle because it's not done yet. Man, that's the first time that's happened to me in years. My phone die somehow and not go off. It might pop up in 2.5 minutes. Yeah, I'm making that coffee, but it's still brewing. All right, I'm gonna get ready because it looks like it's playing around below there now. We just need it to close below. All right, in about a minute here, if it stays under these levels, I'm gonna sell. Going to sell. Gotta watch it carefully. It could kick back on us. That's why you gotta wait for it to close. Alright, I'm in sells and the trade is in the Telegram. If you're not in the Telegram, The link is in the video description. We're going to put on our parameters now though. Let's do this the right way. 5 pips, 20 pips, modify. Let's go here now. Put on our prop firm parameters. What price we get in at? Okay. This is our prop trade now. Both those closed and broke right there. And it does sound like the coffee's ready, so this is perfect timing. Alright, we're locked in. We are in our trade for the day. Telegram has received it. Alright, I'll be right back. I need to go get that coffee. So this is where we stand right now. Price closed and broke down there. This is our scalp for the day and will be the 5th and final win for the week. I'll be right back. Hey Gamercat, yeah, I just got back too, but yeah, before I left, I posted the trade. Yeah, the signal is for a short for the 5th and final win of the week. This is gonna be a 5 trade win streak. Got it on our prop account too. Once we get a payout, I'm gonna try to eventually get over to a bigger cash account, but I'm just taking it easy right now. Between the prop account and a small cash account, like that's kind of the way to go. That way you can make some money while you trade the prop account. Ultimately though, the goal is going to be to just have a much bigger cash account. We don't have anything until 10. We just got in at 9:05. Hey Gustavo, good morning, brother. Now we're just in a 100K challenge right now. Yeah, I lost a few too. I had taken a break for a while, and now I'm just trading a 100K challenge and then a smaller cash account. But no, I ended up breaching out of that earlier this year. Um, yeah, I don't know. I had a down season, not just with trading, but just with life, and yeah. But by the grace of God, we're trying to bounce back, and but yeah, we're trading a cash account right now to make just a couple bucks while we trade the prop account, the 100K, which I'm in the trade on the 100K right now, right here. So it's at 100,800. We just need to get it to 110,000. But yeah, we're scalping too lately. Yeah, that's exactly it. And over the last few years, I've been able to get up quicker and quicker, but for whatever reason, I got knocked back hard this time. And I want to say it's because we were doing the right thing. But no, this isn't a high risk to reward. This is low. This is low. This is a low risk to reward because this is negative. I'm just going for 5 pips. I'm trading negative risk to reward right now. So this orange area is what we just need. We need this bottom orange to be filled. Let me take these off. On the challenge per trade, well, they have a daily loss limit of 4%, so I'm risking 3, but I'm just going for 0.75%. So it's been adding up. It's been going up slowly but surely. It's been adding up. The reason I'm trading this negative risk reward too, guys, is because of a very good back test. Like this trade will hit. It can pull back some, but it's gonna hit. Um, it just needs room sometimes. But once this pattern forms, it's pretty. I'm not gonna say guaranteed. I'm just messing with you guys. Now there's a good chance of this trade hitting still. It's not guaranteed, but yeah, no, I had a good back test with this model. I missed half of today too. I missed half of today too. If you weren't here for the beginning of the stream, I got on 10 minutes late. I, I rushed to get on because I don't want anyone to be like thinking I wasn't getting on today after my first day back yesterday. But um, I woke up to no alarm, and I was like, "What is going on? Like, why am I waking up like way before my alarm?" And I look for my phone, and it's just off. It's just dead. Like my phone is dead. And I was like, no, I didn't know what time it was gonna be. It could have been any. It could have been any time of the day. It could have been any time of the day. And it was like 10 minutes after my trading hours. So I was like, all right, let me just get on. So I ran to the computer, got on. But yeah, I missed half the stream too. I never doubted the trade for a minute though. Yesterday, not for a second. It ended up melting a lot further, but you see, giving it the breathing room like that, it was like pretty much forcing the trade to hit. You know what I mean? Same thing here. We're in drawdown right now, but giving it this breathing room is like forcing us to catch a win today. Now, I would trade 1-to-1 on when I scalp, but the problem is you can't trade 1-to-1 when you scalp because you or at least not like with this broker with this pair, you know, with Forex, because it's like it doesn't, the spread is half the move, you know, at that point. Yeah, I've tried that. The problem is though, in my back test, doing it like a negative point 0.5 or just a point 0.5 risk to reward, like risking $2 to make $1. Like I caught a few losses. Like yesterday would have been a loss. And you have to think about it. Every loss is a major setback. Because think about it this way, right? I'm gonna just break it down like this really quick. We'll leave the trade on the chart. Now imagine if you have $1,000, right? And let's say you are trading, like let's just use 1-to-1 for example. Let's say you're trying to make $100 risking you're risking $100, you're trying to make $100, right? Now let's say you win the trade you just took for $100, right? You went from, let's draw on just a line. You went from $1,000 to $1,100. This is what people don't realize about what losing does, even with 1-to-1 risk to reward, and why sometimes it's difficult. You don't just lose $100. People think that you just lose $100, but you actually lose the difference between where you could have been and where you are now. So if you win this trade, you go from 1,000 to 1,100. Great. Let's say you lost the trade though. If you lose the trade, now you're at 9,900. Okay? So check this out. This is where I don't know if you guys have ever thought about this or ever seen this, right? So you think that you just lost $100 and you went from 1,000 to 9,900. However, that's not the case. You lost where you could have been to where you are now. So where you could have been was $1,100 and now you're at 9,900. That's a $200 difference. So when you look at, oh, okay, you know, I'm just one trade back. No, you're technically two trades back from where you could have been now. So that's one of the things that's good about negative risk to reward when you have accurate trades, is because like yesterday, right? Let's say we had a 10 pip stop, we would have got stopped out. We would have been at $990 instead of $1,050, if that makes sense. Stuff like that. So it's you're not just losing the trade off of your balance, you're losing it off of your potential balance too. So every single loss is not just putting you back what you lost on that trade, it's putting you back also what you could have won on that trade. So it's a much bigger gap every time you take a loss than you think, because you're giving up potential. Not just you're giving up not just you're not giving up just your balance, but you're giving up what your balance could have been at. I don't know if that makes sense. So all that being said, the trades have been pushing against us as soon as we get in them. But now I'm like pretty positive we're good. I'm pretty positive we're good on this one. It needs that breathing room, you know what I mean? Yeah, I did yeah, on my challenge account, I was doing commissions, but I most recently switched it to just spreads, so raw spreads. It's like the same as this. It's like point 0.8 or half a pip spread. So there's no commissions on it. Oh, that's what's up. You're in a buy in EuroCAD right now? Like, if this trade loses, guys, this will be the first trade that lost like this, other than a trade that was in the middle of a news candle in my backtest in the whole year of 2025. So there was only one trade out of this entire year so far that I backtested with the same exact setup that has lost in 2025, and the only reason that one trade lost is because you got in on a news candle instead of just getting in surrounding news, right? Like getting in on the literal news candle, which can toss the algo out the door and just take over. Um, so right now, considering my backtest of this setup this year with this exact same format, it hasn't lost a trade. So I'm pretty confident that we're good with where we're at. It's all price action. It's all how the algo is printing. And if you give it enough breathing room and you go for just enough profit, you should be able to hit over and over and over and over again. Yeah, no, it's absolutely insane. Like I'm telling you, it's like over 40 trades with no losses in my back test, and I hadn't gone back further because if you back test something from today until in back 40 trades and you don't lose a trade, it's like, okay, I don't even need to go back further. The last 2-3 months of trading hasn't even, let me just get in on it, right? And we'll find out what happens in the future if it stops working or if it keeps working, right? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I've already, so if I take a loss right now, I'm still in profit with the way I've been trading, right? Because we're already up $300 this week, and I think we'd be risking like 240 on this trade. So it's like we're still profitable because we're on a 4 trade win streak right now. And the first trade was like a day trade, so we're up overall. Um, that's the hardest part coming out the gate with your starting balance, because you never want to lose a trade off the starting balance when you first start like running a system. So now that we've ran it up some already too, we're in a much better spot to just keep going. So I know it doesn't look like it doesn't. This looks like the exact opposite of what everything tells you we should be doing, but this is what I'm gonna be doing for a little bit, and I'm gonna just, to be quite frank with you, I'm gonna run like this until the wheels fall off with it, because I just saw its potential, and I know that there's days where price pulls back some, but if you give it enough breathing room, like the nature of the markets, very rarely is it just gonna run on you. It's gonna try to chop everyone up, especially during this time of day. Um, it's just trying to take stops. Now, there's obviously stops down here, right? You can see the way it's set up too. This is grabbing liquidity, so there's definitely like probably stops right above here, but at the same time too, there's stops down here. Now, higher time frame, price is dropping. Why should it continue to drop? Because of, I would say, because of today's news, and also because of the news coming out at 10. And if you look at where we're at on the daily chart, we just have to kind of fall back into the current daily range to hit TP. But to hit stop, we would have to go much further outside of our current daily range, which means we'd have to make daily highs over and over again all the way to stop loss, which, I mean, anything could happen, but we're more likely to hit where price has already been trading today than we are to hit where it hasn't been trading. So that's just another odd in our favor. Zubir, yeah, you do have to have a high win rate. Here's the catch, though. Here's the catch. So with this risk management, I have to win 81 out of 100 trades. Now, if you tell anyone you have to win 81 out of 100 trades, they're going to be like, I don't want to do that. That's way too difficult. it's a large number. I'd rather trade lower risk reward and be able to catch trades that are or not have to win as much, right? Basically. Let me see this text. I'm gonna explain this in a second. But with that being said, oh, okay. With that being said, all right, if you take 100 trades, I kind of broke this down yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. If you take 100 trades, if I have to win 81 out of 100 trades like this, and you take a 100 trade sample, I don't have to win 80%. I have to win about 60%. With this risk management, you're like, that doesn't even make sense. You'd be negative if you won 60 out of 100. Yes, that's true. But you have to think about it this way. Out of 100 of those trades, out of 100, you don't even have to hit. 50 out of 100 of those trades are going to hit regardless. And what I mean by that is no matter what you do, if you get in for a sell, like yesterday, if you got in for a sell, you're hitting TP. If you got in for a buy, you're hitting TP. If we hit TP today, that would be the exact same thing today. Had we bought, we would have hit take profit. Had we sold, we would have hit take profit. So half of those trades, whether you trade good or whether you trade bad, they're going to hit TP no matter what. So that means 50 of those trades had a 100% win rate just by the nature of a negative risk to reward. So 50 of them are completely off your plate. Now you've got the other 50 you have to deal with. And if you have to win 81 out of the total 100, but 50 of them are going to win automatically, you really only have to make sure you win 31 out of 50. So it takes a lot of the pressure off knowing that, and knowing that there's going to be so many days, half of the days, you're going to win no matter what you do. And that's kind of the idea behind it. I'm sure it is, Gamer Cat. It works really well, but it's negative risk to reward. If you don't have an accurate edge, it's gonna mess you up. I gotta answer this really quick. Okay. Yeah, so the thing is, if we just we just gotta catch a winning streak. If we catch a winning streak for some time, it's not gonna we're not gonna be hurt once we take a loss. But if we gotta just go on a nice streak. Plus, with a prop account, the risk is already off the table. Like, you know, if we catch a 20 trade win streak now, we could make with negative risk to reward. Yes, it's like risky, but at the same time, we already risked what we're gonna risk on it too because we bought the challenge. So it's like, all right, now let's just scrape small win after small win after small win, and then ultimately we pass, get funded, then pull the money out. Cool. Turn that down. Here's another thing too. Guys, I do a lot of thinking into the way I trade. So sometimes it might not all make sense, but I have like thought processes in my mind and why I think it makes sense or believe in it. Um, this is the idea too. If we win every trade for the week, we're significantly profitable. If we win 4 out of 5, we're completely break even. And winning 4 out of 5 of these is not going to be the hardest thing in the world. So it significantly limits our losing weeks and gives us the ability to compound as we go on winning streaks. So winning 4 out of 5 for the week, we're completely protected, like completely like didn't lose a thing. It's a one phase. It's a one phase 100K. So I just need to get 10%. We're up just shy of 1% right now. Yeah, I think if anything, it's gonna be good for props. That I had the same thought process though, because I'm like, I don't know, we're gonna see how it does on the cash account because I was like, let me just do a smaller cash account right now before I do like a 10K one again. So it's at like 4K right now. I'm just I'm just testing the waters and trying to make, some extra money while I trade the prop, but we're making like 60, $70 a day. It's at 4,188 right now. And on Monday I took that day trade for 15 pips and made $180 and then withdrew it. So we're up like 360 this week on the just the 4K cash. And then the prop account was down in the grave for a little bit before I started streaming again. And before this week, it was about a breach, and now we brought it up 6% from where it was at. So, and scalping has helped significantly. The last 3 scalps have brought over about 2.5% on that, bringing it back. So, what in the world? The current win streak, I'm on a 4 trade win streak right now. 3 of them has been since I've started scalping, so 3 with these scalps. But yeah, it's not. I wouldn't encourage anyone to do it with me until we've been doing it for some time and you guys see it keep working. I would just more so encourage you guys to just get on here and hang out with me while I do it until one loss takes 4 wins. One loss takes 4 wins. So the way this, like, I mean, it's won the last like 40 trades in a row. So like the idea is if it hits that high and we can catch a win streak like that, the losses we're gonna be able to weather those days and just keep going. We need to get like a 10 or a 20 trade win streak off the bat though before we even catch a loss, which I don't think would be hard to do just because of the way we're trading. We're not just trading random. Um, we're trading the same way we were trading in December, which honestly, it should be a lot more days where it just pushes. We just get that little push and it pushes to TP for us. If you guys remember how, would work back then. But the days where it pulls back some, I know giving it enough room from my data basically gives it what it needs to just come back. I'm gonna keep speaking good things about this system until this TP hits. Not gonna hear me say one thing negative. I'm gonna do that day after day until the streak until the streak's broken. No, but I do agree with you. I think this has high potential to be really good on a prop account because think about it. If we catch a winning streak of like 20 trades, let's say half of the back test right now, it's like on a 40 trade win streak. And honestly, it could be much further because I didn't test past. So it's not like I didn't test until a point where it failed, right? So I just went back 40 trades. And then I was like, okay, I don't need to keep going back further because it's just clearly winning right now. And I'm more concerned about like the last 2 to 3 months. So I didn't even test it back to a point. It could be on a 50, 70, or 100 trade win streak right now. Like 40 trades ago, it was not losing. So that's just how far I went. Um, with that being said, if we catch like with a prop challenge, if we catch like half of that, a 20 trade win streak, before we catch any losses, like yes, we did negative risk reward, but it's not gonna like it'll be we got funded and we got a payout, and then let's just say we just withdrew it all and we're out of the account. That's kind of the idea. It's like if you could just catch a good winning streak with negative risk to reward before you catch any losses, you're gonna be winning all the time, and hopefully you could win just enough to scrape yourself into a payout, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, I agree. We're gonna see how it goes on this cash account. I'll keep it smaller, but we don't really need this on anymore because we don't want it to go to 50%. So I just started a fresh journal since I went to or it's a live journal. I didn't journal the back test. I just drew everything on the charts for the back test. That's always how I do it. And then I got a whiteboard like desktop thing in front of me where I just write the stuff down in front of me. So I was just writing the numbers down like that. But on my journal right now, it's the last. Here, I'll even show you which trades are in it. This trade, this trade, this trade, and then this trade. I'm keeping them on the chart too. So this is when I started taking the negative risk to reward scalps. This trade would have won either way. I don't think this trade would have won either way. So this is one of the 50 that you would have had to get the right direction. We did though. And then same thing here. This trade would have won either way we went. And then this trade, when we hit TP, it would have won either way we went. So that's 3 out of 4, which had a 100% chance of hitting regardless of what we did. Which is crazy. You start trading this way, it's like it doesn't sit right with you until it starts working, right? That's kind of where I'm at with it. So we're gonna see if we're gonna see if it could work long enough for us to, because it's like we everything in trading is about how you think about it, right? We could think about this as risking $4 to make $1, or we could think about, hey, we've got so far 100% chance of hitting 5 pips. Let's just keep this on as a safety net. And so if you look at it that way, like, hey, I'm just trying to get 5 pips today based on my entry and just knowing, the data of how price has been moving. Like, okay, where's the safety net need to be? And that's all. We just have to look at the stop loss as a safety net instead of like a risk. And if you look at it as a safety net as opposed to a risk, now you don't feel like you're being you don't feel like you're being reckless. You feel like you're actually doing the right thing. So, I don't know. All these things are going to help us to think about it the right ways to see if it does work. If we could think about it the right way to be able to trade it long enough, that's the way we're going to find out if it works. Now, here's another thing too, guys. Price is also, if it closes below here, is also now making a third break in our direction, which is important. Which is important for price to continue lower. The more breaks, the better. We got 2, which is what we want. We don't want 1. We want at least 2. And now seeing a third break, which, I mean, this candle's not even close to closing, but you get the idea. Gamercat, that's brilliant. Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. The problem though is, like I said, there's gonna be days where like you'll have the trade where you have to trade in the direction of the edge, because if you don't, you guys remember how the double break works. There's gonna be days where it's just gonna take off in your favor. The pullback days should be less rare than the days where it just goes straight for you. But yeah, I mean, that sounds good in theory, but I'm not trying it right now. It could be profitable, because if you think about it, let's just say 4 trades. Let's say this trade wins. 3 of them win both ways, right? That means you get 10 pips for 3 days. That's 30 pips. And then one day you make 5 pips, but you lose 20. So 35 minus 20. We would be up 15 pips. Let's say this trade wins both ways. Yeah, that's honestly not a bad idea, GamerCat. You've only seen pullback days. Yeah, it's because we're streaming again. It's because we're streaming. No. So yeah, honestly, we would have a positive. I mean, I can't hedge on a cash account, but on prop accounts you can. So we could have just been placing buys and sells, offsetting some of the risk. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna do that right now, just because the direction I'm getting in right now is based on, the algorithm, the edge of the algorithm, in which way price is breaking. So yeah, but it's a good idea, GamerCat. Might just have to try it one day. But yeah, we're getting out on breakouts too, and breakouts could just never return sometimes. This is crazy though. Um, this is crazy that we're doing you would have never thought we would have been where we're at right now today, trading negative risk to reward like this. But it is what it is, I guess. If you think about trading long enough, if you just sit and think about it long enough, you eventually land on the thought of negative risk to reward working. And then if you actually entertain that thought long enough, you could see its potential. You could. The easiest way to see its potential is to do this. Take someone who's new to trading. They maybe just went through a course. They're learning stuff. They're trading price action. They're trading, even if they're trading ICT, which is honestly, regardless of what people say about him, he has some of the best concepts in the industry for, the average retail day trader. But let's say you take someone new, ICT trader, they're going high risk to reward, and ICT has good concepts. A lot of it's still discretionary. You have to be able to be the person who could spot where those concepts are playing out if they're at the right time and at the right place. Now, if they're trading trying to hit at least 1 to 2s or 1 to 3s, which is probably like average for ICT trades, um, and they're negative for the week, the best way to show you that negative versus reward works is that person's negative week after week after week after week. Now, if you tell them to look at all of their trades and flip their stop loss and take profit, the exact opposite would be the case. Instead of losing week after week after week, they would have won week after week after week, and they did nothing different except flip their stop loss and take profit. And it's like their risk management's off, but now they're making money, right? But before, their risk management was dialed in, and then they lost week after week. That's the perfect example of what one of those thoughts are considering you know um, negative versus reward working. So it's stuff like that. It's stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah, gamer cat, you're funny. Yeah, it's yeah, we were fully expecting a candle like that. Same thing happened yesterday, right? No, the same thing happened yesterday in the opposite direction. It's same thing happened in the opposite direction. But yeah, I was telling you guys about that buddy of mine, Wix. He about him in his trading yesterday, how he puts like just 100 pip stop on gold and then just collects when the market gives him anything. And I mean, he gets some bigger trades, but he's mainly scraping the market, scalping it. And the guy's got thousands of people watching him, and they get on there every day and they tell him he's trading like an idiot, but the guy's just making money day after day after day. So it's like he's one of the main people doing it when it comes to negative risk to reward. And I've talked with him a good amount. I just I'm not. I hadn't really committed to trying it until I just had some struggles with my trading the last few months. We never doubted it. It's exactly what we expected. Alright, guys, if you follow this simple 10-step process, we're going to use the word guaranteed profits every day of your life, the rest of your life. Just don't tell YouTube we're saying it. But go get more coffee. Yeah, we got 11 minutes until. Sorry, I'm just getting blown up right now with some stuff. Um, yeah. I'll be right back. Alright guys, this wasn't part of the plan. It's shocking. I guess I don't need to keep tracking the candles, but alright, until the wheels fall off, right? What do we got? We got 5 minutes until that orange folder comes out. Strong for the dollar too. Should just help things even more go down. Coffee's way too full. There we go, that's better. Well, the buy would have been great today, but it would have hit quick. The only thing I can think of off the top of my head is just you can only make like two, well, it depends on what account you have, I guess. The one phase that you can only make up to 2% in one day. Other than that, I don't really know if they've got anything like that I've realized has like thrown me off. I did spaz on them about slippage though at one point. They fixed it. They give me credit for it. I had caught like it was like like I don't know, my third loss in a row, but they slipped me like 3 pips outside of news hours. I was like, all right, I know how this works, and that's not how it should work. So I reached out to them. And I was like, you guys are trading sim funds, and I know you got slippage to like to mirror and reflect like it's a live trading environment. I was like, but you've got it turned up way too much. You need to reach out to Match Trader and tell them to turn it down. And I was like, I need the credit for it because it was pretty bad. I was like risking 15 pips and I lost like 18. I was like, yeah, that's gonna mess up my entire sample. Other than that, I would just pay attention to those things and then reach out if you need to. The other trades have been fine, but yeah, that's way too much. It was like 10 25 one day. The markets were moving normal. I hadn't had that problem until then, but once I did, I was like, I'm gonna reach out right away because if they start doing that on all my trades, they gave me credit for it. I don't know if they fixed it, but it hasn't kept happening. Yeah, the only thing, just make sure you don't make more than 2% in one day, otherwise they won't credit it to you. That's what they say. I hadn't had that problem. There was a few trades, when I was trading that 50K in December where I made like 2.5% in a day and they didn't say anything. So maybe if you don't do like a whole lot more, it's not gonna matter. And then their equity shield, which they say if you go down 2% in one trade, we'll close the trade. Don't worry about that. That doesn't work. They just say it. It's not actually in place. So like it's not gonna close you out if you're floating a 2% loss. They just say that. It doesn't work at all. At least on Match Trader. That's something that's helpful to know because if you're like, oh, I'm gonna close the trade, it's about to get to 2%, but you really need a little bit more breathing room, they're not gonna close your trade out. That equity shield does not work. Yeah, yeah. No, I wish I wasn't, but yeah, a little bit. I honestly like Match Trader. I would never do charting on it, but I feel like Match Trader is actually like pretty clean. I don't know what platform you're using with them, but I've liked Match Trader. The swing trades. I didn't take any swing trades yesterday. Are you talking about GamerCat swing trades? Because GamerCat was swing trading, I'm pretty sure. How did that come out? Oh yeah, it came out really good for the dollar. It's just orange folder for the Chicago PMI. Let's see if that does anything for us though. It's not. It doesn't have to. Hey Josh. So we're pretty much in the process of a textbook mastermind trade right now. As you can see, price is pushing up simply to take out the people with the smaller stop losses right now, and then it's gonna melt. Oh, you're saying the trade felt like, yeah, yeah. Yesterday was a swing trade. Wow, that went right over my head. Yeah, we were pretty much in this scalp for hours. It was kind of like today. Oh, you're saying as soon as I started streaming again, the scalps turned. Yeah, because the days before they were like 2 minute trades. And I'm over here selling out GamerCat for swing trading. Yeah, no, we've been pretty much swing trading these scalps. Oh, Josh, you probably caught most of that move yesterday. Did you end up holding it? Because it ended up kept dropping. Should take out at 15. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, this hadn't, and when price started kicking higher, it hadn't even swept any of it. Like, all of this is left open, right? From here to down here. There was no liquidity sweep down there. There was just this drive. After that drive, price kicked up. Um, yeah, we'll see. We got enough breathing room to just be uncomfortable enough about this. I'm still pretty sure that this trade's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. This is gonna turn into a comedy show if this keeps happening. We're just gonna sit here and look crazy every day on our way to TP. This, you guys see, this is what we want to see though, right? Because everyone's getting faked out into these buys right now. It's exactly what I want them to think's gonna happen. That's how we're pretty confident our trade's gonna hit here soon. Because they're making buys obvious. Nah, I could be making that up. That could have been the problem with this down candle. They could have been trying to make sells obvious just to trick everyone the other way. It goes both ways, this game. Our stop loss has just enough breathing room to be dangerous. It's got just enough breathing room to be dangerous. Oh, so you hit, how much further did you hit yesterday? Oh, so you caught down to like here. Oh yeah, so you were riding that move out until 4 o'clock. That's what's up though. This is all part of the plan. What goes up must go down. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna teach you something right now. You see this? This is what we call a double top. That's the first, and now this is the second. So we pretty much are safe to say price is gonna melt from here. No, it's probably not the case, but now we're getting entry signals to the buy side. That's why we're not gonna hit stop loss gamer cat. It wouldn't if we were on a good win streak. Now, we would still be in profits this week, even losing this trade. Just because the trade on Monday was a day trade, not a scalp. But yeah, that's why we're just not gonna hit stop loss. No, it's not going to it's not gonna happen yet. It's gonna go a little bit longer before anything like that happens. There's no way it goes out on day two. There's no way we go out like that. This whole thing's about to get flipped upside down. It's just setting up for it. Think about it. Everyone that was selling down here just got taken out, and now everyone that's buying right here is about to get taken out. So I would say like that's exactly where they're gonna go to get the liquidity of our take profit. It looks scary, don't get me wrong, but it's probably the safest trade we could be in right now. Cause we're only floating a loss. We hadn't realized any loss, you know? So it doesn't exist yet. Yeah. It might be the most obvious liquidity sweep in the world though, which could be bad. It's a false move. It's a false move. You have to think about it. I'm so serious though when I say this right now, all jokes aside. This is definitely a false move, and I'll tell you why. There is no fundamental support for why price should go up right now. Not a single fundamental support. And the orange folder that just came out should have pushed price down. But what did it do? At 10 a.m., price has been kicking up for the last 10 minutes. Now, since price has been kicking up on that news release that should have done the exact opposite, it's a false move. It's trying to take liquidity. It needed to take liquidity before it decided to make its move down based on the news. And that's what it's doing. And if you look to the left, it's taken all of this too, which not by a lot, but granted, people's stops are there. It took it. And then more importantly, it took everything going on in here. So yeah, this move it's pretty much locked in at this point, is the words I would like to use. We'll just see how it plays out now. I would even say though that if price does start to drop, it could like we were talking about earlier, it could come in clear here. Definitely in here. Those could like if we were taking a day trade or a bigger trade, that would be like where I would be targeting. Just so you guys know, at least right here. But I'm not doing any of that fancy stuff right now. Always remember, guys, they can't take your stop loss if you don't have one. Not enough people are teaching that. It's rule number one. This kind of feels like yesterday, though, with how long it's taken. We've been in this trade for over an hour now. I'll watch it until 11. Need him to speak right about now and say something good about the dollar. I've seen him speak or the markets kick up like around 10:30 though sometimes lately. Yeah, I spend the rest of the day just in my room working remote. Yeah, for real gamer cut, he needs to. Oh, I gotta take this call. I gotta take it. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about the really long delay. I had a pretty important call I had to take. Um Looking at where we're at right now though, price is definitely now deciding to push towards TP. We never doubted it, not for a second. That's gonna be the running line. As you can see though, some money started kicking in here. This is gonna be where what we're gonna call the distribution phase of the breakout after the manipulation of this accumulation. Price had been accumulating all morning, manipulated, and now we're going to see a sharp distribution to the sell side, guys. My best guess is it's going straight for our TP. Our TPs usually have like a magnet on them. Price is just attracted to it, and that's probably what we're going to see right now. But yeah, that is that. We are going on a 100 trade win streak, trading like this. It's gonna happen. That is undoubtedly going to be what happens. We're gonna get a 10K payout here soon. Gonna get the cash account up. Gonna get a larger prop account. That's gonna be doing negative risk reward the whole time. You just gotta trust the process, is what I tell myself. One thing we could look into as well is like kind of adding to our position too, you know? So like if if it pushes against us like this, you know, maybe we consider just like doubling down. I just don't know if I'd have enough leverage on the cash account. Prop account we can't double down. And I probably wouldn't double down on the cash account either, actually. Now we're playing blackjack, not trading. Yeah, if we're doubling down, we're definitely playing blackjack, but no. Negative risk to reward it's still risk management. People don't realize that. It's just risk management flipped on its head. It's a strategy. It's a contrarian strategy. The stop losses only matter when they're getting hit, right? So if we hit this trade, it's like, oh, but you risked 20 pips. It's like, risking that 20 pips would only matter if the 20 pips got hit, though. You know what I mean? Now, I might be speaking way too early, but we're going to be good. Yeah, it took its time. Honestly, the build-up, in my opinion, had been setting up for these sells. Like, I know it sounded like I was kidding about this sharp move up being an obvious fake move, but I was pretty serious about that being a false move. You could see the pressure now coming into these sell candles, especially after one's already formed and now a second's forming. Usually it's a false move if you see like one form and then them start to flip immediately. Kind of in that case right there with that down candle. I saw someone in the chat. I don't know if he's still in here. He's probably definitely not in here because of how long I took, but saying the Don Vo trading. We were just talking about that. Dude, whether Don Vo's here or not anymore, he was a good trader. No matter what happened with the Don Vo situation, he was a real trader. He was really making money trading. People have all sorts of theories and say he wasn't, but he did it live every day for years. Like he was really like turning profits. He didn't go out the right way for sure. I don't really think it had as much to do with him as people think though. I think it had a lot to do with the broker cuz you have to think about it. He's got, you know, he had this is my theory. Like he's got an account with a broker, and he's actually a profitable trader. Um, and that broker was an unregulated offshore broker, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure they were trading sim funds. And so if they're having to pay him out a bunch of money on sim funds, like first of all, they already don't like that. Now on top of that, he's got thousands of people watching him, thousands of people taking his trades in his signal room, and also on top of that, in the PAM account that are just copying his trades. And now the broker is literally taking hits on everyone making money with Don Vo. So one of two things happen. Either he said, either they came to him and said, we're going to drain, or, we want to drain everyone's accounts. We're going to split it 50-50 or whatever the split was. We just want you to hook up the bot or whatever, and we're going to wipe everyone's accounts. We'll split the profit, and he agreed to it. The reason it's hard to believe that he agreed to it is because he was making more money than that. Like, I think, $2 million got drained, and he was already a millionaire. He was already making millions in the market, and like he had already probably made like at least 2 million in the market. And so for him to just take his massive operation, his massive live trading room, he was one of the biggest. And for him to just flush it down the toilet for $1 million when he was already making like double that, it doesn't make sense, right? And so if that doesn't make sense at all, like you have to say, okay, what are the other options? Another possible option is the broker said, hey, if you don't do this, we're doing it anyway. And they hooked up something to the accounts and they drained the accounts and absolutely destroyed his name. I just don't see him draining everyone's accounts and ruining. Like, you have to think about it. He lost more than he made. He 100% lost 100 times more than he would have made. Because let's say he split it 50-50, and I don't even think it was a full 2 million. I think it was like 1 point something million. He would have the potential that Don Vo had in this industry to be one of the biggest and most profitable in terms of like the trading business side, even because he was actually turning profitable signals. He had a massive following. And not only that, he was live trading, which like barely anyone's doing. And like he was making so much money that there was no need for him to just destroy the whole operation he had going for $1 million. It just doesn't make sense to me. No one else is talking about that way. I mean, it's so old now, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, that's, I mean, whether like that's the thing though. He would have had to take that million at the cost of everything he had worked for. You know what I mean? Like he destroyed his whole. If he did do it, it ruined everything for him, right? And $1 million in this day and age probably run out quicker than he could imagine, right? It's $1 million today is not what $1 million was back in the 1900s. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. There's something that went on behind the scenes that no one knows. No, Don Vo is profitable. Don Vo is profitable. Don Vo was definitely profitable. All right, guys. So basically, the trade's playing out exactly how we said. No, we're gonna hang out for a little bit longer, but not too much longer. I mean, we might as well watch it hit TP because we're so close right now, but well, I bet we're all shocked. I bet you guys are as shocked as I am at this point. The last 2 days have been fun. We're just crushing it though. We're just absolutely killing it in the markets. Like first week back, haven't lost a single trade. 5 for 5. I mean, not confirmed yet, but we're about to be confirmed 5 for 5 this week. It's insane. They don't teach you this stuff in the courses they're selling. That's a quote right there. Anyone asks what we're doing, just say they don't teach you this stuff in the courses they sell you. That's for sure. They do not teach this. But you see though how I had to kick the stop loss back to 20? When I did my back test, I had it at 15. And there was a few trades that got hit at 15, I'm not going to lie. But none of them were hitting stops at 20 pips. We just gotta trust the process and do this enough times without hitting stop loss, and we're gonna be making money. It's gonna be golden. That's all we're gonna do. That is my commitment, and I'm gonna commit to the best of my ability. Just get on here and take these negative risk to reward trades, and just go on crazy win streaks with you guys. That's my goal right now and where I'm at. Oh jeez. What the heck? Alright, prop account hit. Man, TP smash. You guys already know what's going on. 5 trade win streak. Wow. It doesn't get better than that. It doesn't. Quite honestly, it does not get better than that. TP hit. I mean, we just had a great time today watching that like go against us all day. Someone left the Telegram. They must have pulled their loss side up there before it had time to turn around. TP hit, 5 trade win streak. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, I had to call. That's why the call took a little bit longer. So yeah, so we're where are we at? We're at 1.6% on the prop account now. So we just need to keep going and keep scraping the markets until the wheels fall off on there, and then we made $400 on the cash account this week. I withdrew 180, and then we are at 4,250. So a little bit more actually, like 430 bucks. Which honestly, a $430 week on cash, after not really making money since last time we were together, that's a nice little paycheck, right? $10 an hour, 40-hour week, nice little paycheck, 430 bucks. Never a doubt, exactly, Brian. Here's the thing though, it's like the back test really had trades pulling against you a lot, like, but it, like, for whatever reason, trading like this hasn't lost one trade in 2025 with these parameters and this entry system. So we're gonna keep trading it. Like, I'm gonna keep trading it, and if we can catch a nice run for a while, like I said, that's gonna be what's gonna keep us going. Because if we catch losses up front, or any loss up front, it's gonna be harder starting off. But if we I mean, we're on a 5 trade win streak right now. If we go on like a 10 trade, 20 trade, 30 trade, 40 trade win streak, yes, a loss is gonna suck, but it's not gonna be like anything. You know what I mean? If we're winning so much more, it's just risk management flipped on its head. But yeah, see, my prop account was taking hit after hit, and now I've just been scalping. I just started scalping and taking small wins, and now it's like coming back. I'm gonna show you right now, GamerCat, my dashboard for this prop account, and you're gonna see exactly when I started scalping and how close we were. Why am I not logged in? How close we were to breaching. I'm gonna show you right now. Let me get it pulled up. And it's like contrary to all sound risk management, but it's like, okay, it's working and the account's coming back. So it's like, no matter how weird this felt to be in this big drawdown and whatnot, like, if we just replace this with risk, instead of thinking of that as risk, we're thinking of it as a safety net. My dashboard's not loading. I wish it would, because it shows how far down we went. Yeah, look at, you see this this push up right here? This has been this last week of scalping. Now, this account started at 100K and it was down to 96. I think it was down even further at one point. Yeah, I got pretty close to the trailing drawdown, but it looks, let me see if I can see the lowest we were at. I don't know. But either way, I mean, I was just taking hit after hit, and now I started scalping this week, and now price is just going up, and now we're at 1.61% in profit. We get to 10%, now we're funded 100K, and now we're like really bouncing back at that point, because we were funded 50K in December, and we were destroying the markets. Like, we were running it up in the markets in December with a 50K account. So once we get to this to 10%, that's why, like, if we just go on a long enough win streak to just get a payout, the cash account's gonna be fine to take a hit. You know what I mean? So max loss on a so the prop account max loss is going to be 3%. So that means, think about it this way too. So on the prop account, I have a max daily loss limit of 6%, or a trailing drawdown of 6%. If I risk 3% a trade, I would have to lose 2 of these in a row, right? So I have to lose 2 of these trades in a row. I'm risking 3% to make 0.75%. Now, to lose 2 of these in a row is such a low probability, especially when the back test for this entire year so far shows it hasn't lost 1 trade. So for 2 trades to get lost in a row, such a low probability. Like, if we do get hit with a loss and we do get set back, yes, it's going to suck because we're going to have to trade like 5 days and catch 5 wins. But it's like, if the hit rate keeps playing out like it should, we should get a payout on this account, right? The odds are in our favor. We're just stacking numbers in our favor. And today was scary. The previous day was scary, but it's like, whether it's scary or not, it's working. So we're going to keep doing it until it doesn't work. Right, and if we could squeeze a payout out of it, it's gonna be well worth it, right? So I mean, I think today's Friday, right? So are we done for the week? Yeah, we're done for the week. So we'll be back Monday. We'll keep compounding this account too. We're up $250, and then I withdrew 180 on Monday. So I mean, I probably should have left it in there, but this is how much we're up since we started scalping. So it's gonna be good. It'll be better. Because I kind of wanted it like a fresh start. When we started scalping, I started a fresh journal too. So we'll see. But love you guys. Have a good weekend. We'll be back Monday. If anyone's watching that's not on the Telegram, just join, links in the video description. I will see you guys later.